What means open the world? Well, let's begin. Some people could say that the world is already open. Yes, of course. How can a planet where you just can take an airplane and fly to wherever you want is not open? Well, unfortunately, the reality is not so easy like that. And you just can't fall in a hole and go to another side of the planet. Well, it's not that world open means. The world is open, yeah, but not for everyone. The globalization helped for the world being open to some countries, just like United States and Europe, aided by technologies of communication and information. Well, if these nations are the world is really open. The accumulation of wealth and the industrial revolutions turned possible the development of some countries, just like England, France, Japan, and United States. This accumulation of wealth, mainly those who came from old European colonies like us in Latin America, is what make possible that these worlds have some development and create new kinds of weapons to kill themselves. I know, you're probably asking yourself, how these nations are the world? Well, I'll explain to you. Beyond all of the control in global economy, thanks to the pioneers in industrial revolutions, we can notice that the culture of these places try to domain the East world. We can easily notice that 3 of 5 most listened males in Spotify in 2020 were sung in English. And in the female artists, this number is 5 of 5. Not only that, but 4 of 5 most listened albums in 2020 are sung in English. The simple fact of me here speaking English with you just shows how this language domains the communication in global. The cultural domain is not only music, but in films too. Viewing the list of all Oscar winners in this century, we can notice that only 6 films are not American, and only 2 are not in English. Parasite in 2020, and The French in 2012. But that is a way of control, right? In that way, the United States can tell to everybody how is the American way of life. That is basically smoke a lot, eating McDonald's, and making wars. Not only in arts, but in science too. In the last 3 years,
37 people won
the Nobel Prize. In that number, only 6 wasn't for North America or Europe, and 17 speaks English as the main language. But why that? Well, the response is simple. Thanks to the colonialism and imperialism politics taken by these countries, which make the inequality between South and North countries much bigger as the time goes. South countries that is commonly used as markets, as raw material suppliers, and a low cost work for their industries. All of that helps to bigger the influence and financial power of all these nations, which invest that money making more and more technologies and science and technologies, and keep the poorest countries even poorer through technological and financial dependence, just as International Monetary Fund do with some countries. As a Brazilian singer called Chico Science sung, the ones in top goes up and the ones in bottom goes down. So the hierarchy that happens between North and South countries are obvious, where poorer countries like us in Latin America in the international division of work are specialized in lost. Just like said Eduardo Galeano in his essential book, that shows the open veins of Latin America. And no matter how much we have to offer to the world, just matter how much oil, soil, and market we have to sell them. Commercial trades are much numerous in these countries. Their cultures arrives in places never imagined before. Their money has so much value that anyone can just travel to any place of the world and not suffer by the currency exchange. They travel anywhere and are welcome. After all, against North Americans and Europeans,
there is
no xenophobia. So to me, open the world means give you opportunity to those who don't have, to those who never have chance to do anything, or when has this chance came with much more effort than it would be with a French, for example, like just have conditions to study. Beyond that, open the world means accept all the people and all the culture, just like they are. Have you ever danced tango? Stop to interfere in our democracy, stop to interfere in our lives. Open the world means have peace between nations, peace between people, peace between cultures, mutually. Diversity of thinking, and any kind of walls in our frontiers. Just like Joe Biden said one time, we got to have union. The North countries have to stop to looking at us in Latin America and in Africa and in Asia, just like market. We're capable of do science, of do vaccines. We are capable to have our own culture and have harmony. Open the world means assume there is much more films better than Green Book. This film is not so cool at all. It's to give more space to another kinds of music. Have you ever listened to João Gilberto, Vinícius de Moraes, or Ana Vitória? It's helped poor countries to research, to invest in their science, and not just take ahead of any project that seems a little interesting.